Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm just going to go over trades from throughout the week on how we came out green and how we traded the system every day pretty much. So to start off on Monday, this is what the 0-day chart looked like. So obviously on Monday, we had that massive gap down. The 30-minute did flip bearish, and that means the 10s across the 50 on the 30-minute on the Friday puts. So with that being said, we focus on the short side, and this is what the chart looked like in this is what the chart looked like in the morning here. The puts were crossed. Obviously, you're not chasing this move all the way up here. The charts could definitely get funky when we get a massive move overnight like that. A lot of time the trend doesn't hold, and that's exactly what happened throughout the rest of the week. The 30-minute ended up crossing negative, and the bears lost the trend. And that's pretty much what does happen a lot of the time when there's like a huge move overnight like that, like 1,000 points on NQ. I wouldn't expect the trend to continue from that point, but this is what we looked like. This is how we play the 0-day chart. So we ended up buying this 50 dip. So this chart right here at the 50 is where I bought it at. I wasn't on the chart, I don't think, at the time over here, but you could have played this reclaim. So I didn't buy this 50 dip right here just because the 30-minute chart still wasn't fully crossed. The 50 SMA was still like sloped down. It didn't look super clean, so really didn't consider the market bearish at that point, but it eventually did. And when we came down to the second 50 tap, that actually the market was bearish at the time, so I bought this dip right here and we caught like a 90-point short, and then I still was in this. It ended up, obviously, this candle we bought down here, it flipped green, and then it came back down again where you could have bought some more, and it went even lower at this point. So I ended up holding this through up until this point. Up in here we got like 90 points, and that was a trade that we took on Monday. Here's another trade we took. I'm pretty sure the market was neutral at this time, so pretty much market was neutral. We came down to this 50 SMA area. We don't buy this 50 dip. Why? Because the market's neutral. You only buy these dips to the 50 when we have trend. So like I said in that last screenshot, like the market was bearish in this picture. The 30-minute chart on the Fridays were crossed, so we buy those 50 dips. In this case, the 50 SMA or not the 50 SMA, the contracts on the Friday chart were not crossed on either side. So 10 SMA, or the candle closed above the 10 right here, we go long since these are calls. And look at the move we got. Very nice move. And we ended up getting another one. So we ended up coming back down on this 50 SMA right here. You don't buy the 50 again. Why? Because we're neutral. There's no trend on the 30-minute. It's less likely to hold. So what we do, wait for the reclaim of the 10. Reclaim the 10 right here. Candle closed above. The 10 SMA went long again. Boom. Look at the move we got. It's very, very simple. The system is very easy to learn, but you could really screw it up if you don't know what trades you're looking for and what trades you want to be taking, because it's more than just playing the cross. You got to know the context of the market, whether that's bullish, bearish, neutral, and you got to know which trades are the most ideal in each of those three different scenarios. So since we're neutral, your ideal trade is like a 0DT cross, and then the 10 SMA reclaim. You don't buy the 50 dip when we're neutral. So yeah, that was that. And then this was another trade we took. This was on FOMC day. So FOMC was very choppy in the morning. So this is how you would have played the cross right here. So 10 went above the 50. Again, when you play these crosses, it's not just the 10 crossing the 50. The 50 SMA pretty much tells you whether to enter or not, or like when to enter. So this entire time, 50 SMA is sloped down, sloped down, sloped down, sloped down, and it starts to curl right in this area. So this I don't even think at that point it was. So I'd say more so in this area, like on this green candle, was when it did curl. You could wait for the pullback to the 10. I didn't. I ended up getting somewhere on this green candle right here, and then I added more at this 10 SMA. So a lot of times we will get this like nice pullback to the 10. Other times we won't. And when we do get that pullback, this is like the best entry spot. I mean, the 10 crossed 50, 50 starting to curl up. We got a nice pullback to the 10. This is like an ideal entry point. Like this left side of the chart, completely irrelevant because there is no entry point. The 50 was down this entire time. You have to wait for the 50 to be level or curling up. That didn't happen until this like right side of the chart. Probably happened on this candle right here, but this is where I got it, I'm pretty sure, on this green candle right here. So yeah, 10 went above the 50, went short, and we did get a nice move. I didn't sell this because I was expecting a pretty big move. Went over this in one of the videos throughout the week, but I was expecting a bigger move because I think the call side maybe cross negative on the 30-minute, or like we rejected the 30-minute 50. So I was expecting some continuation move. So I actually ended up taking a loss on this. because I ended up, this is the same chart, I kept holding this until we lost the 50. So we lost 50 down here, and then I grabbed short again right here. We reclaimed the 10, and look at the move we got. Massive move on NQ. I think that probably gave like 200 to 300 points off of that reclaim. And again, the market's neutral, so we do not buy this 50 dip down here. We wait for the reclaim of the 10 or the candle closed with 10 SMA right here. You go short, stop loss below 50, and look at the move we got. I mean, it's very simple stuff. These contracts went, I think, to over $4 a piece. So, this screenshot didn't show the whole move, but I mean, it was a very big move, and that was that. Yeah, this was the screenshot I was showing, or this is what I was talking about here. The 30-minute ended up rejecting the 50, and a lot of times when we reject the 50, obviously that's a major pivot point. So I was expecting some like follow through off of that, and it just took some time to play out. But once we reclaimed the 10 over here, we got the massive move down. And then what else do we have? This was, I forget what day this was, but what was this, Wednesday? So Wednesday, again, we were below this 30-minute 50. We ended up coming back up into this 50, hitting it and rejecting super hard. So I know that was I think a trade that I did take. I think we waited for it to come back below the 50 at some point. I forget exactly what the setup was there. I think the 0-day chart ended up coming up into the 50 SMA. It broke the 50, and then we got back below the 50 SMA on the 5-minute, and that's where I went short, and we caught the rejection for a nice move. But this was on what, Friday maybe? Thursday, Friday? I think Friday. Yeah, this was Friday. So very simple. So this 30-minute chart right here crossed. So since we were crossing bullish, you want to take this 0-day chart trade. So right at 9:30 was somewhere to the left of this chart, and then obviously we opened below the 50 SMA on the 5-minute. We wait for the reclaim of the 10 over here. We got this nice pullback to the 10 SMA, go long, boom, look at the move. You could have bought all these like 10 dips right up in here. These initial dips to the 10 are good like average up spots with like minimal risk, because if we even at this point you add some of the 10, okay, the 50 is still your stop loss. You could add more at the 50 and then ride the move up. Very nice move. NQ probably ripped like 200 points off of this move. So again, textbook stuff. And then the 50 SMA didn't hold on the 5-minute, so we ended up coming down to the 50. I gave this out to the Discord. We took a loss on this. It just didn't end up holding the 50, and one of the reasons was this 1 hour 50, because it was a resistance point. But I mean, I'm still going to be taking that 10 dip or 50 dip any day of the week. I'm not letting the 1 hour 50 pretty much scare me away from a 0-day 50 dip like that, especially when it's the first pullback to the 50. So yeah, that just didn't end up working out, but system made up for it. So the puts ended up crossing, and the reason that we did take this was because right here. So we go here, the 30-minute chart was losing this 50 SMA, so in my eyes the market was not going to remain bullish, so I did take the 0-day cross. This is like the picture perfect entry point right here. So we get the cross, the 50 starts curling, we get this pullback to the 10 SMA, and look at this move, bang. I mean, that 10 SMA dip was picture perfect entry point, and that's what happens a lot of times on these crosses. We get the cross, we pull back a little bit to the 10, and then we get an explosive move. And I mean, look at the chart. I mean, this was a crazy move. This is what we looked like right here. 10 cross 50, 50 started trending up hard, and we just absolutely nuked the rest of the day. And the move was so drastic was because this 30-minute chart right here ended up losing the 50 in cross negative. That's why the move was so big. I always say this, like when the 30-minute chart goes negative, a lot of times we continue in the opposite direction. So in this case, to the downside, since these are calls, and a lot of times we do get an aggressive move because the bulls couldn't keep the trend. So that pretty much sends the market neutral and pushes us lower. So I mean, those were the trades that we took. It was a very very simple week, very easy week. No reason to really be red. Obviously, there's gonna be red trades. That's just how it is. But other than that, it was a really good week. Going into next week, I think we're neutral at the moment. Maybe we'll flip bearish, depends how we open, but I'll have a video tomorrow on pretty much the plan going into the week. But that was just a recap of all the trades we took. If you guys want to learn, Discord down below. Watch all the videos on YouTube. That's all you really need to learn. But if you want the extra guidance throughout the day, Discord is there for you to join. So yeah, that's all I got. I'm out. Peace.